Today we're going to be talking about why you should dry fast every day. Now, when I'm talking about dry fasting, I don't mean that it's like some extreme crazy sport. It's what you do every night when you go to sleep. Every night when you sleep from 10 to 6 or whatever time you do that, dry fasting happens because you're not drinking water. So what I'm suggesting is that you dry fast for 12 to 16 hours every day, because there's plenty of evidence to suggest that dry fasting for this duration of time creates incredible benefits for your body. How difficult is that to do? Well, you barely do anything really. After your dinner, which is maybe about 7 p.m., you don't drink any water until the next morning, 7 a.m. I can do that. You can do that. Anyone can do that. And I'm going to explain to you why it's such a great idea and such an easy way to improve your health. Dry fasting for just 12 to 16 hours has been shown through research to be the same impact as 48 hours of water fasting. What does that mean? I mean the autophagy levels of a 48-hour water fast equals that of a 12-hour dry fast. So autophagy, just for those of you who are not clear on what that is, auto means self and phagy means eat. So it means self-eating. Your body is eating itself. And when I mean eating itself, it's not eating itself like some sick, disgusting, like alien. It's eating itself because it's eating all the bad stuff in your body. That's what happens when you go to sleep. Autophagy goes up. But when you do it with dry fasting, it increases to the same levels of you not eating for 2 days. That is crazy. Can you imagine the cleansing and purification, that stuff that's going on in your body that includes eating fat cells, because your body doesn't need fat cells. So when you're eating these fat cells, there's also something else that's happening. Ketosis. Ketosis is that process of your body now only using fat for energy. That's the beauty of dry fasting. When you dry fast, your body doesn't just burn fat for energy, it burns fat for water, to create water. That's why when you dry fast for just 12 to 16 hours every week, you can lose easily 1 to 3 pounds, especially if you couple that with a low-carb diet. I mean, who doesn't want that? If you're really skinny and you don't want to do this, that's fine, because you don't need to pair it with a low-carb diet, and if you lose a couple of pounds, just eat a little bit more. Dry fasting for weight loss, that is effortless, and all you need to do is stop drinking water after dinner. This is a no-brainer. Speaking of brains, it makes your brain more powerful. Why? Because as I explained, ketones increase in your body when you are dry fasting. So your brains your one brain loves ketones. Why? Because it's not like sugar, where sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't, and then there's a sugar rush, and then there's a sugar crash, and then it's just like not a steady stream of energy. Ketones they're like a slow burning energy, and it's like very smooth. So it's like your car has switched from diesel to electric when you use ketones for energy. And so your brain is functioning optimally. The other thing why your brain becomes more powerful with dry fasting is dry fasting is really good for BDNF. What is BDNF? I know. It's called brain-derived neurotrophic factor. And BDNF is almost like a hair mask. Well, it's like a brain mask. It sort of nourishes your brain. You know, just think about a mask. What does it do for your hair? Think of that for your brain. Your brain is being conditioned, it's being nourished, it's being protected. All of the split ends are getting fixed. When I'm thinking split ends, it's like your neurons. All those neurons are getting fixed because it sort of conditions it and repairs them. Then BDNF also increases brain plasticity, memory loss. I mean, it makes it less. You improve your memory. So all of those drinking that you did when you were in your 20s, all the binge drinking that killed all your neurons, or even if you got whacked over the head, that stuff can be fixed. Your brain damage can be fixed when you just dry fast a little bit more. So what are you waiting for? Inflammation happens whenever some microbe or some parasite, virus, basically whenever your body is dysfunctioning and there is a growth of something negative in your body, along with the attacking of white blood cells, and it's just chaotic. Your body is actually full of microbes. There's so many organisms inside your body. It's like Star Wars in there. It's like universes of good guys and bad guys. And there are trillions of them, guys. If you want your body to succeed the war against the good guys and the bad guys, you should be dry fasting. When you give the body water, your microbes are happy. They have all of the nourishment, all of the things, all of the supplies that they need, the perfect temperature, the perfect food, they get like water, they get everything. It's like a hotel. So why would they die? But when you starve them of water, because when your body makes its own water, it's not going to give its precious water away to a microbe. It's not going to give it to a parasite or a virus or a fungus or a mold or whatever the heck is causing you problems and inflammation. It's going to keep that precious water for itself. It's going to make it just for its own cells. So you starve your inflammation every time you don't drink water. Your body survives, but those guys don't. So be like Luke Skywalker and stop drinking water. Now, the reason half of the decisions you make with food are bad is because your gut is compromised. You have bad bacteria and good bacteria in your gut. The bad bacteria are just wanting rubbish food. They want cheesecake. They want caramel, chocolate, potato, scone. Just think of the worst things that you can think of, and those bacteria wants that because they thrive on sugar. They thrive on like processed crap. Whereas your good bacteria wants yogurt and probiotics and healthy fruits and vegetables and raw stuff. They thrive on prebiotics and probiotics like artichokes and garlic and just stuff that's really, really good for you. If you change the ratio of good to bad bacteria in your gut, you now change the things that you feel like eating. Your body wants healthy stuff, and that decision is being made actually by your gut, by the microbiome and the bacteria in your gut. The research is saying that we have about as many bacteria in our body and even more than we actually have cells in our body. And most of them are in your gut. There's about 4.5 pounds of bacteria in your gut. That's like a human baby. This is like a no-brainer, guys. Why don't you just make more good guys in your gut by dry fasting more often, and you'll completely change the relationship you have with food, because the good guys will be making your decisions for you. The good bacteria, not the bad bacteria. Experiments have shown that if you clean up human tissue, you put it in a petri dish and you just take out all the waste, that tissue could live indefinitely. What does that mean for us? Well, it means that if you keep cleaning up the gunk that is in your body, you could live forever. That's what aging is, right? Aging is an accumulation of crap in your body. It's just like one thing stacked after another thing, and then that tissue fails and another thing goes, and a crazy bunch of cells goes crazy and it doesn't get cleaned up. Imagine if your house was like the garbage never got cleaned out. If your house was always dirty and then it just piled up and piled up and piled up, and you had like garbage bins all over your house. Right? The garbage man never came, he never took it out. Before you knew it, you'd be like walking through piles of rubbish. You wouldn't be able to get to your kitchen or go to poo in the loo. Nothing. You could do nothing because you're so chock full of garbage. And that's how we all kapoop. That's how we all, if you know what I'm saying, that's how we die. Because there's just too much garbage in the house. What you want to do is dry fast, because when you dry fast, the garbage man comes. And what is the garbage man? Autophagy. Autophagy is the human housekeeping system. It's the recycling system in your body, where it takes the bad cells, the bad organelles, the bad proteins, and like it takes it and recycles it, makes it into a new protein with stem cells that come in and human growth hormone that comes in, and everything sort of like cleans the body and makes it function, and it has like a maintenance system. So whenever you're dry fasting, imagine your house has got a garbage man coming every day for 12 to 16 hours. You've got a plumber coming in. You've got Amazon sending you your food, your nourishment, everything. That's like your stem cells, bringing you all the new good stuff and creating new stuff for your house. There's a window wiper coming. There's everybody is working on your house. And that means you are fully well-maintained human being and house. So you could live indefinitely if you kept dry fasting for longer and longer periods of time. Some of the research behind dry fasting has been astounding. Some of them, especially a lot of them, have been done on animals, right? So there were insects that normally lived 3 to 4 weeks, but when they dry fasted, lived up to 3 to 4 years. That was done by Professor M. Child years and years and years ago in the University of California. Then there was another research done by Søren Are Cullen. He was a veterinarian. Thank you, Dr. Sergey Filanov, for this incredible information. So Sur and Arakalan did research on a bunch of chickens that were infertile. So chickens, normally, they live 6 years. With dry fasting, they lived 18 years. One lived up to 21 years. And the chickens, all of them, when they were infertile, became fertile. They started laying eggs again. Isn't that crazy? And these eggs were 30% more nutritious than regular eggs. There were also bulls that were studied, normally living 4 years, but then they ended up living for 12 years when dry fasting. So if you take this and you put this next to our human lifespan, we could live till like 250 years old. That's crazy. I'm just saying that dry fasting every day is a really, really good idea. And just that minimum hours of 12 to 16 hours every day is going to make you live so much better, so much healthier, and for so much longer. So make sure you dry fast every day, guys. If you like this information, please go check out my website, hackfasting.com, and the article called 10 Reasons Why You Should Dry Fast Every Day for a lot more information on why you should. Plus tons of other benefits and good reasons on why you should be dry fasting, intermittent dry fasting, prolonged dry fasting, and the benefits that you get from it. So please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the button below and go check out my website, hackfasting.com. Love you guys.